Hello, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have finished already two videos, one individual and one list. So, third episode, I was determined to do this yesterday, but I was too tired. A lot of outing, dinner plans, and all that. So, I did some shopping on fragrances. Recent times, I have done some shopping with the hats. I'll show you the collection perhaps. And then, we'll talk about some stuff. It's going to be a long video. I'll answer some questions and I'll talk about certain topics that's in my head. So, first of all, time check is around 7:30 is going around. Together towards, okay, still peaceful and quiet, but half an hour time you'll hear honking. The next building is a school, okay, so lots and lots of noise. It's okay, I got used to it. I do kind of miss this sound when there are holidays for a long time. It's too quiet that time. We have this problem with the city. With people who live in the city, we hate the noise, we hate the jam, but when it becomes quiet, we crave for it. Weird, huh? So this watch I'm wearing after a long time. Actually, I was just feeling like let's put this on. This is one of my favorite Casio watches. Looks amazing. So one of the hats that recently I bought is this. I was looking for this goat, this goat. Okay, so this is from Headgear. You will notice I wear a lot of these hats. Some of you ask like why all your hats are same. They're not same. Okay, they are all different from each other. They're different types, okay, different colorations and stuff like that. I got, let me show you the other ones. Yeah, sorry, I felt like because I did some hat videos and stuff collection. This is another one I got. Amazing. It's you will not pick it up, but it's kind of got this copper color on the white, off white, which I really like. Okay, this is one other, and this is the one I got. It's like one of their, I don't know what you call this. It's like Sub-Zero or something. Like, I don't know what is this character. So these are like tracker caps, hats. I love them. They have the mesh, and this is good for air circulation. But the one that I got, which I love the most outside these, like out of these five, is this. This one is called the goat. I have the tiger. I have I got four. I got a bear. Those who are into caps and stuff, they will find interesting. So Headgear is on the first retail shops here. Their hats are kind of on the expensive side, but very good quality. So this one, it was sold out for a very long time, and they did have a special edition, like limited edition, like 100 limited edition, like which has suede. This is not suede. This is like just normal, but also very, very nice. So I will tell you, let's go like this. Let's go slow. Why did I like the goat? There was a movie, I forgot the name even. I think it was, this story was about what? I know. Something with the graves. There's this girl who gets possessed by the old woman, and then she always chases her, and then in the end, there is this scene of a goat, like the evil goat. It was dancing around. It was like the devil got into the goat, right? What was the movie, man? It was one of the scariest, amazing horror films. Like in the end, the spirit takes her from the rail track. Those comment what was the movie. So I am a big horror movie fan, and this thing, I know it doesn't represent that goat, but goat is great of all time, like Messi or something, but I like it from that horror film. That's it. So I love this hat. Okay, so we'll be talking about other stuff, by the way, and wishing you a good morning. Hopefully you're having a good day. So life teaches you a lot of things, and I pick up whatever I learn, I share with you. Maybe I can help a person or two. It will make sense to you, because sometimes you look for closures, answers which you don't get. We just get people behaving with us certain ways, and we just am pretty much accepting it, but we're kind of like, why did people do this to us, right? So I am sounding like a life coach sometimes nowadays, but I'm just sharing positivity and spreading. So anyway, so the topics that I have on mind. Okay, first thing, this is important. I reviewed recent times the Blood Chanel, the exclusives. I got the comments, it got some views, and you did give your input, which I love. Everybody's input is different. For example, someone said you get a lot of citruses from it, grapefruit, but I get mostly leather, dark accords, the amber and stuff. So this is more masculine dark. I do get it, but to my nose, I pick up citrus. I wore it several times. You see the sample, I wore it several times. It went halfway. Okay, so basically I get the grapefruit because maybe I'm imagining like Blood Chanel Legacy is that grapefruit. But I did say it's one of the best smelling fragrance in recent times, and this is the best Blood Chanel. Okay, so most of the people agreed with it, but someone said it's not that expensive. Someone said, why would you pay insane $250 even? That's how the prices are, bro. Sadly, I mean, I'm not saying that I would happily pay $250 because I actually paid $100 for Blood Chanel once, 2016. My Blood Chanels costed $100, right? So now, after COVID, post-COVID, all of this situation, war and all that, what happened was everything in the world became expensive. You watch reviewers, Sebastian Zara, any other reviewers, they will tell you fragrances have become so expensive. And it's not that I control it or we control it. It's just the companies decided, hey, brand new Armani release, $180, 50 mil. You are used to it now. It's like insane, like back in the days, we would get $30. You go to a shop, we would buy a nice perfume, come back, a Burberry, $35 Burberry's Touch. That's like 60 something dollars now. Crazy. Anyway, so that's Blood Chanel is a champ, just that I stick to the point. It's too expensive, so I'm happy with the samples. I don't really care what people say because I will say whatever I say, I want to say, because I buy my perfumes. So I'm not sent any fragrances, so I don't have to please anybody. Another thing is, I do reviews, what I would buy. So many people accuse Joy Amin loves everything. I did have a video, Morning Thoughts, Joy Amin loves everything. And I did explain myself, which I don't have to, but hear me out if you're watching this. I'm a person with not so much money like many other reviewers. I don't have any subscriptions or any deal with any company. They don't send me perfumes. If they do once or twice, I'll mention it, but my review is my review. Even if it's paid review, I will not say anything that I don't feel. And I always buy fragrances after doing a lot of research. I know, okay, my scent of the morning, for example, is this one, okay, Stronger With You Tobacco. You look at this fragrance and you tell me, is there anything weak about this, or it's like a 4 or 3? No, it's highly likely it's 8 and above, right? So I buy perfumes with my money, and I try to buy stuff which makes absolute banger, and like in general, they're gonna be good fragrances. I do not buy fragrances which I'm not gonna like or wear. I feel like it's a waste of money. So this is how I roll, and that's why most of the perfumes I buy and I review, they are like 8, 9, 10s. If it's a blind buy, sometimes it's 7, 6, but that's very rare. Okay, I usually do not waste money on stuff I'm not gonna like. That's it. Second thing I wanna say, I reviewed this. No one has reviewed it until now. Maybe they did, I don't know. The new Shura. This is the Shura Boise, and I was not sure. I had no information. I was like excited to do it because that's what I do. I want to do early, so in that way sometimes I miss out on points. This, I said, it's I felt at first similar to Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé or Boise, and then I did say it's somewhat like Azaro the Most Wanted. Then I was not actually far from the truth. This is similar DNA to Stronger With You. This is absolutely, I would say, something like intensely but less sweet. Really good. Yeah, I mean, like a composition for this price point, it's very good. So if you like that DNA, try it. I'll do like a full-on review after few weeks when the winter is here, maybe with someone or some people around. I'll take their opinion. Okay, that's that. So the points I want to talk about, I saved them. I write, I save. So this one, it's like the first one. There are certain kind of people we have, like we are not all the same. You and me, we are not the same. We do differently have different characteristics. We have different likes, dislikes, okay? And we perceive life differently. For example, nowadays, I'm different than how I was when I was 20 or 30s. When I was in my 20s, naturally, I had a lot of energy. I was a sportsman. I was not overweight like this, okay? I didn't have vision problem, diabetes, nothing. I was a super sportsman. I was very active whole day. I would play cricket matches. I would go hang out with friends, walk whole day and eat like crazy. Nothing would happen. I would digest the food quickly and I would sleep like a baby. Obviously, healthy people would be like that. And I used to be a very good all-rounder. In Malaysia, I used to play cricket. So basically, I took batting and bowling. Like I was leader in my team. So I was the captain. So many memories. But how I perceive life right now, I wake up every day and I say, Alhamdulillah. As Muslims, we say Alhamdulillah means thank God for one more day, because you may pass in your sleep. You never know. Nowadays, the fear is inside, okay? So, of course, we all have to go. It's not like anybody can skip it. No matter what you do, you cannot skip it. So, whatever happens, nowadays, I don't complain no more. I don't fight no more. My energy is this. Thank God for one more day. Whatever happened in this day, I'll appreciate. If it's a bad day, no sales, nothing, it gets me a little bit upset. I'll tell you, if there's no business for 4 or 5 days, I get into super depression, because we are men, we are, if we are not making money or business, we get upset. But it's okay. Overall, economy is bad. I keep saying it. Everybody's affected. So everybody's in a bad mood. I also am in a bad mood sometimes. I do not appreciate misbehaving on streets. But in general, I say thank God. This is how I roll. Whatever happens, I accept. I have no control over what others are doing. Okay, like whatever you're gonna do with me, it's up to you. Okay, I cannot control it. We can plan certain things. Oh, I'm gonna do this, and this is how the result's gonna be. You can start building a business or anything. It may not turn out the way you wanted it to be, but whatever turns out, it was destiny. That's how I say it. If you get a little bit wise, you will start seeing that your plans are there, but God plans are here, right? So He will give you what He thinks is best. That's what I feel. I'm a not super religious person, but I do, always call for help, so to the higher power. Sometimes people call me Satan worshippers. I'm like, I do not mind that guy, but he's evil. Sometimes it's funny, but all of us have some evil in us, isn't it? So some darkness, some goodness. But I would like to, in the end of the day, I feel the superpower is good. The power of holiness, right? So what I'm saying is, whatever will happen to you, you might get so angry, like, God, why this is happening to me all the time? Heartbreaks, failure in business, whatever. I'm not being successful. Perhaps where you are is where you're supposed to be or meant to be. This is the best place. If you don't have debts, if you don't have, like say, worst case scenario, you are not in prison, right? Imagine someone is arrested and in prison behind bars for 10 years. That guy does not smell fresh air. He doesn't have freedom, or she doesn't have freedom. So those people are not as lucky as you are. Okay, it might sound like too pessimistic. Oh man, you are just talking from the ground level. I do. Sometimes I look at other people, around 10 people. I'm like, okay, I'm better off than most of these guys. I'm doing all right, right? So as long as you have a home, you have food, if you have enough money to get your hobbies done, and you're not being cheated or anything like that, more or less you have mental peace and happiness, you are better off than, let's say, 95% people in the world. Okay, because most of the people, they are suffering, a lot of people are suffering with mental illness, unwellness, financial issues, stuff that you don't have are not as much as stuff you do have. Let's say you have your parents around. So many people don't have that, right? They do wish they could talk. I know many of my brothers and sisters, they always post, and I know exactly what they mean. Someone lost a parent and they were very close to them. Like some of us are not very close to our parents, right? But those who are, they look at other families every single Eid, Christmas, New Year, puja, whatever, and they say, I miss you, mom or dad. If you have your parents around, perhaps you don't understand the value right now. You get annoyed. Why is she calling all the time? I used to be like this. But every day I call my mother. She doesn't live here, but I call my mother to check on her, everything okay, if she needs something. And I do this because I know the worst fear is they're not going to be here forever, right? So yeah, count your blessings and say, thank God for everything. If you are grateful, you'll always find we say sukoon, in Hindi, we say sukoon, you'll find happiness in your heart. Okay, so that's one point. Second point is overthinkers. Okay, this is another point that I thought of. Overthinkers or overanalyzing. Is there anything wrong with people like us? I am one of the overthinkers. I keep thinking. I just always notice the little things when people try to, cheat me or try to be over smart. I can pick these up. We call it mind trackers, not trackers, something else, but I'm using that. I am a reader of people. I watch people, I analyze them. Sometimes they analyze you, they overthink and they overanalyze. Sometimes they think they're over smart, they're smarter than you. So interesting, people's psychology is very interesting. But people who overthink, are they bad people? No, bro. People overthink, yeah, at times they feel like pain in the arse, but in general, if a person is honest, they'll always think, they'll always try to, get engaged, push you. Let's say you're in love, relationship, they'll always not leave you alone. Of course, there's a thing called boundaries. Okay, understood. But if a person is not attached to you, they don't ask you, they don't feel like they're possessive. If they're not possessive, they don't love you, bro. Some of you will say, hey, man, sometimes you can be loving from far, you can give them the space. You give them the space and they go hang out with some of the guys, and then they don't really like you and they still keep you around. The feeling, like they are done with you like 5 years back, but they still kept on, staying with you because they need you, emotional support, maybe financial. But I feel overthinkers are some of the good some of the good people. So if you're overthinker, overanalyzing, yes, sometimes you'll not find happiness. Like think too much, like bought a fragrance. Okay, I bought a fragrance. Just give you an example. Let's say I bought this fragrance. And did I invest right? At first you did invest. Then after buying it, you're overanalyzing. Oh man, should I have bought this? Maybe should let it go. Should I? No. That is painful, okay? I'm telling you, whatever you do, know your decisions and own up to it. Whatever you do, you say you get into a relationship with someone or you ask someone out, you already made that decision. You propose someone at the last second. Do not like be a chicken, like, oh, you're the one who gave someone the ring, okay? And the last second you just panic like, oh my God, I'm having panic attacks, let's run away. Run away bride, okay? Like how that panic attack happened with Friends, Chandler, right? He got some, butterflies in his stomach when he was getting married. It happens, but I'll tell you one thing. Whatever decisions that happen, it happened for a reason, like destiny. Accept it, and then even if it's bad, accept it. It didn't work out, accept it. You'll be better off. You can deal with the terms better. Otherwise, you always have questions, right? So try your best, even if it's a condition, if you have ADHD. Tell yourself, try to have control over your heart, okay? If you're not stable in your heart and head, life is going to get very difficult. I know someone, I tried to help her recently. She's not open to help. She is not going to open up. She doesn't trust people. So for me, I have no hard feelings for her. I know she's going to watch this, but I sort of left. I left her because I think, I can try my best. Okay, I have good intentions. But if the other person doesn't want to be helped, maybe they think they're too proud. Oh man, what does he know? What does he know about my past? Sometimes, you will get angry with this kind of people, but you need this kind of people who will actually care for you despite all the fakeness in the world. Sometimes people just walk away. They don't really care. They see a little bit of baggage, a little bit of unwellness, mental health. They just walk away. But I really feel if someone wants to open up with me, I don't care if they're the worst person in the world. They are the most evil, dark persons or the, bad people. Good deeds can change people as well. If you see some kindness in someone, stick to them. If they, despite having some, evil traits, they look like very unpleasant people, but they actually respect you. They enjoy your time, they appreciate value, and they crave for your time. I think, it doesn't have to take perfection to love someone. You can love imperfect people, but not the ones who are misbehaving, not the ones who are arrogant, not the ones who are narcissists. These are very toxic people. We're all narcissists in many ways. I'm not out of it, man. When you say, man, I'm not narcissist, this, you are. Many of us, we do get like, offended when people don't agree with us, right? And if they don't value us, respect us, it's okay. But if you're harming the other person and you like teaching them a lesson and everything, that point it's very, very harmful and they are very evil. Okay, so I would say try to sometimes give up your ego and have some faith. Not always you're gonna know for sure this person is gonna be 100% trustworthy, but you have to take a chance, take a leap, when you get into relationships and stuff. So I still believe in positivity. I still believe in, despite all the things that I have wrong as well in me, I still feel, love conquers all. There's just no two way about it. Kindness is everything. No matter how much you say, I'm scared of kindness, I'm scared of people's big words. That's what you're looking for. You're just scared for commitment, but that's what you're looking for, security, to be able to hang on to someone for the rest of your life, man. That is the best feeling in the world. And that's it, So that's one of the things I thought of. Then, okay, this next one, the video is going to be long. Next one is going to be people pleasing. I really thought about this and I did this a lot in my life, people pleasing, looking for people's validation. And I am at 44. I'll tell you something. If you're young, if you are hunting for success, you want to be successful, popular, you want to be, you want to be popular, you want to do like, let's say, stand-up comedy, or you want to be a fragrance reviewer, influencer, seller. It's not easy to achieve that in a day. It takes several years. So people who are willing to go through that journey, sacrifice their time, money, effort, they will be successful today, tomorrow, somehow. But hard work never fails. I noticed it first time. I'm telling you, you have to be at it all the time. But in that process, a lot of people try to butter people up and they always look for validation. Hey man, I'm going to get this niche perfume, Tom Ford, I got to get this great collection. Otherwise, people will not be impressed. People will not value you. It's true. In Bangladesh, it's true. In the world, it's true, because the materialistic world, people sort of worship. It's a bad word, but people worship rich people. They kiss ass. What? Wow, brother, great, great, great. And they always try to hang in with people who are happening, popular. It's normal. But in this whole process, sometimes we lose our identity, like we are not quite ourselves. We are certain way in our head, but we pretend, we fake. Perhaps we don't like niche perfumes, but we buy a Zerjoff 50 ml bottle with $500 just to impress people. You actually do not like that fragrance, Zerjoff. You do not like that Creed that you paid so much for, but you're just doing this so society and the community will call you, oh man, goat of all time, great collector, bro. This thing is so poisonous. One of the things poisonous is people who sweet talk and compliment you all the time. I do not like these things. I don't like to hype people up. I don't like getting too much of ass kissing. Reason being, it will not end up in anything good. You will be always full of fake confidence. You'll always be fake person, fake everything, fake enthusiast. End of the day, you will not find happiness. One day you'll get tired. You'll say, I don't even love my fragrances. I don't even love what I'm showing. My passion is not real. And you'll hate yourself so much. Okay. So my humble request, if possible, if today you don't have that great collection, one day you'll have. Wait for it. Do not borrow money. Do not buy on credit just to impress people, because people mean nothing. Today they are complimenting you. Tomorrow they will say, who's that guy even? Let's say you passed away. You're not even in the group, let's say, for 1 month. They won't even miss you. Okay. So do what makes you happy. And in the process, if someone actually compliments you, it's good. Otherwise, it's not like end of the road. Okay. I don't care for it. I wear whatever I want. I buy whatever I want. This is myself. People make fun of me in many ways. This guy's hair is weird and he's this hat and everything. I'm like, so, happy to be ruining your day. So have that positive mindset and be yourself, even if it means alone. Okay. You don't need bad company, toxic company. You're better off being alone yourself, because at least your own company is genuine. Okay. Your own, you being with yourself, what you are doing is real. New Year's time, you don't have to party. You don't have to be with 1,000 people around. You can simply just prepare meal. You can watch movies. You can watch the fireworks, everything. Mental peace. Okay. Next one is this. I was talking about living alone. Don't be worried about living alone. It is kind of difficult at first. At first you feel, man, I'm that person that goes out every night. I like chit-chatting. I'm very happy-go-lucky. And then I'm liking that, vibe that people will be like, hey, bro, what's up? What happened? You need that loudness every day. But one point it will reach when you realize you're getting older. You're losing some hair. You're getting some gray hair. And you're not as energetic as before. You don't really feel like going out without work. And this is called maturity. And I, at first, used to think like, these people, what's wrong with them? Why are they living alone when I was young? Now, I say, thank God if I don't have to go out for work. I love staying at home. I don't have to be anywhere. Sometimes I go shopping, this and that, but I enjoy my own company. I go eat alone. People watch me like, sometimes look at me like I'm a weirdo. Absolutely fine. No problem. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm just enjoying my food. I don't have to talk when I'm eating. I hate that. I want to enjoy my every bite, every sip. That's how I look at it. I take pictures. I don't care what people say. So if you're not afraid to be alone, live by yourself, and you get used to it, you'll get addicted to it. And at one point you'll see you're not dependent on people for happiness. You're not weak no more. You can be absolutely fine on your own. You can focus in your work. You can be such a strong personality. And that point, every time you let someone enter your life, they will add value to your life. And these people you would love to be with, want to be with, not need to be. So don't make yourself needy. When you go to some place and sit there for hours every day, you lose value. Every day they see your face, man, they will never value you. If you are easy to be, getting it, like they just call you and you're just always there. They need something, you're always doing it. People will think you're a loser. That's the reality of the world. Sadly, good people finish last. That's it, harsh reality. I got used to it. Okay. I think the video is getting too long. I'll just finish with one. Okay. I actually have 3 more points. Okay. Avoid these kind of people. Okay. When they are your friend, but they always insult you somewhere. It's a big thing, At first, you're in a group, you're meeting up, and they just crack a joke and they just be insulting a little bit. At first you say, ha ha ha. But you go home and you're like, did that person just make fun of me? And it bothers you back of your head, but you cannot show it because of you are very introvert. But it always stays with you. It haunts you. When people have this toxic trait, they're never your friends. If possible, tell them to your face. If they do this several times and you just crack the same joke to them and you see their reaction. If they say, am I sorry? Are you offended? You say, yes. Don't ever effing do that again. Tell them, let them know. Okay. Otherwise, Even your friends, they will mistreat you, and you'll always feel you are with company, but they are not your friends. Okay, they cannot be your friends. Second thing, I would say also people who compete with you. They always look at you. They try to one up. When you buy a Mazda, they buy a Mercedes. When you buy a Mercedes, they buy a Jaguar. Or you bought a watch, you bought a Casio watch, and they try to buy a PRX. Just saying, this whole competition in life is so silly, because these things will not go with you when you leave this world. Okay, honestly speaking, man, I do what I feel like doing. I can afford a lot of things, but I buy what makes me happy. I eat what makes me happy. I don't really bother for people's validation. People say you have to go to Sheraton, man. You have to go to Pan Pacific to have a like $1,000, not thousand, $100 buffet. I'm like, no, no. I can just simply sit at a place where I'm going to have a Greek salad, which I had yesterday in Secret Recipe, and just like a normal potato soup, and then just a pitcher, I don't know, call this what it's big drinks of peach. And it's not super expensive, but hits the spot. So this thing, the whole thing, a competition. If I do this fragrance work, a lot of people think they're my competition. I'm thinking like, where is the competition? I'm like, I do not understand, man. I'm doing my work. I'm not calling out. I'm not going to other groups. I'm not saying poking, hey bro, I did this. Did you do that? Did you get this? No, bro. People get triggered when they see me working. And this is not my fault. This is people's way of looking at it. I created so many content here because I am born to do this. I feel like this is what I have a condition. It's my OCD. If you want to do better work, just do work. Why talk about it, right? So it's not going to make it look good on you, right? So if you're competing with someone, if you're jealous at someone, you're always behind them, right? Think of that. I don't have anything to say to you. I get a lot of negative comments on YouTube. I read them. Sometimes it ruins my day, but I still don't understand, like, people who have no content on their channel, no face, fake name, and they are calling me this name. Can they achieve what I did achieve? Being in Bangladesh, international reviewer, they can't. A lot of people challenge me. I said, do the work. Where is your work, right? So if you have hard feelings, always think if it's others' fault or you can do something, improve upon. Okay, that thing. And last thing. Okay, this one, I'll finish with this note, 30 minutes video. It's very important to stay awake, alert in our head. Okay, very important. Sometimes we get carried away, too emotional, something bothers us, relationships, someone heartache and everything, and we cannot do any work, we don't shower, we don't do anything. You're like, nah, not going to do anything, not going to eat, not going to do any exercise, no walking. I went through this phase even recently. I'm telling you, I share with you, I'm not a perfection. I have a lot of flaws, I have a lot of darkness, and sometimes I'm very weak, sometimes very high on emotion. People knock me and say, is your mental health okay? I appreciate them so much, because sometimes my mental health is not okay, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not a fake. I'm not going to always smile here, just do reviews, bro, worth $500 I just spent, and that's not me. Okay, if I don't feel like doing reviews, I go missing for a few days. That's me, because I embrace, as I said, whatever happens, I soak it inside. Like, let me feel. Okay, if I fake my feelings, I will be such a weirdo. Like, I will not have any original inside of me. I cannot feel. I won't be able to cry, but I let it soak. So it's always important to remember, do your priorities. Wake up, brush your teeth, drink water, have good breakfast, go for a morning walk, coffee, some fruits always is a good priority. Enough oxygen, enough vitamin D in the sun. So when you do this, you do your work and you do your assignments, on time, you will not feel pressurized. If you get your things done, let's say you have to do this thing, electrician work, car work, you have to do some deliveries. If you get taken care of everything, you pay your bills, no matter what you're going through, you'll see that necessity or the need of, that's not cross-check, what do you call, checklist, your things you have to do, your work, your assignments, everything you are done, you'll not feel panicked. You'll be okay. You'll be sad, but it will keep you on track, right? So end of the day, keep doing your regular life. Even if you fall apart, whatever, keep pushing yourself, man. You don't have to like sit on the bed like this. Like, she left, my life is ruined. No, life is always starting from where it ends, it starts, something new starts, right? So a lot of motivational speakers talk. I myself motivate myself, what I'm trying to say, and I just shake it off. It doesn't work, so what? Something didn't work out, any plan, business plan. Sometimes people call me to do a content, they promise me they're gonna pay a big amount, and then they just don't keep their promise. I'm like, so what? It's okay, I'm not gone, right? So hold zero expectations from people. People are not God. People are just very simple, and they will be disappointing you many times. But if you depend on people and you think people are going to do things for you and they don't, it's very normal. Okay, don't take anything for granted in life. Thank you so much for watching. Keep living, keep enjoying whatever you do, and love yourself. That's the most important thing. Respect yourself. Respect people who respect you. If people don't respect you, walk away. It doesn't matter. Love is not bigger than respect. If you feel I'm not getting the what do you call, the recognition, the respect, the care, and their time, genuine time, and they're just like making excuses, they're just ghosting you and everything, you are worth so much more than that. Never ever negotiate with your love. I mean, respect. Okay, that's the very worst thing you can do to yourself. Okay, don't take abuse, even if you're a girl or a guy. Verbal abuse, mental abuse, torture, whatever. If they don't see you the same way you see them, if they're not as happy as you are with them, see, what you're doing versus what they're doing. Sometimes you have to be a little bit like that, practical. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Thanks for watching all the time. And I feel better. I would need to say these things just to get it off my chest. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.